and it's going to be in a very foul mood henceforth. The first topic you missed, a little bit of house cleaning. I did a video called Inferior versus Superior Humans. It got banned while I was on vacation. It got taken down. YouTube cited it that it was hate speech. And I was like, I can't remember what I said about it. I barely remembered it, but I do a bunch of videos, so I don't really know. So, it's gone. It's not there. And then YouTube gets all authoritative and lectury, saying, well, now you're on double secret probation, and you can't upload videos more than 15 minutes. And if you have 2 more strikes against you in 6 minutes, then we might have to review you. Sound like a fucking second grade school teacher. And it's fine, it's good, because I expect this to happen. I expect it to happen simply because you can't trust these platforms. That's why I have Captain Capitalism Top Shelf. It's a backup of all my best posts on my blog in case Google decides they don't like my speech. So YouTube comes in, and don't worry, I got all my works backed up. Aaron Clary is going nowhere. If necessary, I'll get my own servers and do it myself. It's just convenient to use these online social media platforms. But, I mean, to all of you, social justice warriors that went and tattletaled on me over at YouTube for the YouTube Thought Police, and, I don't know if you're leftists and you just disagree with what I say, you're not going to stop me. You're not. I got nothing else to do. That you guys have made it so it's impossible for the average guy to get a job in this country with an education. You've slowed economic growth down. You've made it so we have to all get masters or doctors to get the most basic of jobs. And I have found this, and guess what? My product is me, and there's no way I'm leaving. None. Right? You might be able to slow me down a little bit. Like, yeah, it'd be a pain in the ass to have to reload up all those 700-odd videos I have on YouTube from my backup drive to Dailymotion, but I'll do it. It'll take me out for like maybe a day or two, but we'll be back in business. We will be. And asshole consulting clients will continue to get their advice. People will still be entertained. And I'll just be making money for Dailymotion and not you guys over at YouTube. Anyway. So the thing gets taken down. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. It's vacation. I got a backup plan. And I don't trust lefties and lefty computer programmers over at Silicon Valley. So I have a backup plan. Well, before I left for the great journey across the middle of nowhere, Nevada, also I start noticing on the comment thread, like, people are making comments on this video. I say, I thought that video was taken down. Well, I go there, and guess what? Oh, it's been put back up. And so I'm left to surmise that some of you guys out there gave YouTube hell, because I did mention it on a YouTube or a post that YouTube had taken it down, and I didn't even make anything really official, and holy shit, you guys went to town, and those guys tucked their tails behind their legs, and they ran off, and they put it back up. Or at least that's what I expect. Now, whether I got I'm off double secret probation, I can upload a video more than 15 minutes, that remains to be seen. But again, it doesn't matter, I'll just use Dailymotion, and they can get the money. So curiosity got the best of me. I'm kind of like, well, what the heck was so controversial about this video I did? So I downloaded it, ripped the audio off, put it on my podcast I was listening, or my MP3 player, so I was listening to it while driving. And honest to God, guys, it's scary, because this thing, not only was it not controversial, it was actually very olive branchy. I was trying to actually help leftists and to a lesser extent disadvantaged groups in America. And to abbreviate it, basically all I said is that the left has got to realize that they're wasting their time in trying to institutionalize equality on everything. And about the best they can hope for is getting equality in terms of wealth and money, because at least that's confiscatable. Somebody goes and works and get a paycheck, well then you've taken your time, you've turned it into the real world manifestation of money or a bank deposit or savings account. And so the government can come in, confiscate that money, redistribute it, and then they're equal financially. But the rest of this bullshit that the leftists and the social justice warriors want to be equal, and it's just not going to happen. And predominantly, I go through all all your privileges, able-bodied privileged, height privileged, all this, athletic privileged, all that. But the primary ones are beauty, things that strike to the core, beauty, even nuclear family privilege, that kind of stuff, where you are now going to ask people to go against their genetic hardwiring. And there's no way you could force people. Like, what are you going to do? You're going to force me not to work out? You're going to force someone to be ugly? You're going to force people to pretty people to maul their faces? You know, tall people to get their legs cut short like Gattaca, get the short people to increase their legs height like Gattaca. It's just not going to happen. People will kill you. If you tell people to mar their face or to get fat or to get thinner, they will refold. Now, I know there's a lot of sheeple, and some of them may even do that, but you tell me to sleep with a fat like, oh, we're going to choose your wife for you, and she's fat? No, I'll kill you. I will fucking kill you. It's not going to happen, because I'd rather die. You're telling people we're going to make you live a life worse than death, and they're just not going to tolerate it. They just aren't. And so I try to explain to these leftist and social justice warriors, it's like, look, stop trying to make people equal in all things. You know, it's not going to happen. And instead of wasting your life for something that is never going to come to fruition, why don't you try to become superior in something? And thus the superior versus inferior people. My whole point is that there really is no such thing as a superior person. The best you can hope for is to be superior in one or two or maybe three fields, but you cannot be superior in everything. And so I go, it basically boils down to the division of labor. You know, I'm a good economist, I'm a good ballroom dance instructor, and not much else. And I'm a horrible cook. And thank God for Joe, who's a great cook, because I could teach him how to dance, and he can make food for me. And so you do want to be superior in some aspect, but you have to admit that you're going to be inferior in many, 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 and the vast majority of others. And I'm saying all you have to do to be a contributing member of society, to be superior, is to be superior in one regard, to specialize, and then to present your specialization to society, so that you may trade with them based on the law of specialization. And that if you don't do that, if you instead insist on, woe is me, you don't specialize, you're not going to try and work at a trade, you're going to sit there and say, woe is me, I'm oppressed, run and go scrambling for a reason to find out why you're a victim, why you're oppressed, and why you need other people's money, well, in that case, yes, you are an inferior person. If you are going to be so lazy as to say that men and women should find, big is beautiful, and you're shallow if you don't like a short guy or a fat woman, that there's something wrong with you. No, that's just you guys being inferior people because you're too damn lazy to go forth and work and achieve some measure of excellence in some field. Also incredibly greedy and selfish if you don't care to think about others. Like comport yourself politely in public. Don't be a fat, ugly sow that I gotta look and walk around over in Walmart and smell. This is just basic courtesies, simple empathy for other people. But the larger point was one of, it is not, don't be a victim. It is not the color of your skin. It's not this, nothing holds you. It is simply go and become a great butcher. Go and become a great garbage man, whatever. And please do so, because if you don't, you'll be wasting your life, your one precious finite life. And it's all true. It's all true. And so here was this, it's slightly controversial, but it was true and it was helpful. And it's like the key for a lot of people to be happy. And it would prevent a lot of these social justice warriors from wasting their lives. Nope, banned hate speech. And so, whatever happened, you guys must have scared YouTube into like, hey, this isn't hate speech. But it does highlight a very important lesson. And this is something everybody, but especially these thought police, these guardians of speech over at the various social online media websites are going to have to face up to and come to grips with. What do you prefer? And what is more helpful to society? I know, wasn't Google's mission statement to do good? So let me ask you, all you thought police out there, what would you rather have? Pretty sweet lies or hurtful truths? Okay? Do you want to tell people pretty sweet lies? Or would you rather tell them hurtful truths? Because we could go through a limitless number of examples where the pretty lies are very pretty and sweet up front, but then reality comes in and beats the ever-living fuck out of these people you lied to. And I simply want to know, where do you guys lie? Where do you guys lie? Where do you lie in this issue? Because I know where I lie. I'm always siding with truth, no matter how sweet or hurtful it is. And the reason is very simple, because in the long run, it is infinitely more humane and kind and sweet and loving and caring to your fellow man to tell them the goddamn truth. And that it's certainly more than to tell them sweet, pretty lies. And we could certainly go on forever. Worthless degrees, all you touchy-feely, worthless parents and lefty teachers, you do whatever you want. Yeah, you go major in sociology and women's studies. 4 to 6 years later, that poor girl's got her $120,000 debt in student loans and still works over as a barista. Oh, you guys didn't hurt her feelings. Oh, you went all over on her. Oh, she had a moment. You all bonded and you all cackled together. But now her life is financially crippled. And now if she listened to that evil asshole Aaron, that hurtful meanie, who should be banned for hate speech, according to YouTube people, it may have hurt for him to say, "You stupid fuck, what the hell? What are you doing majoring in that stupid shit for? Are you nuts?" Some of you may even call that sexist, or bigoted, or misogynist. Oh, really? Because I got news for you. 4 to 6 years, she wouldn't be in financial crippling dire straits. She would have had her certification in welding, had a house built, equity built up in a house that she could afford, did a little bit of travel. You know, it's basically cowardice is what it boils down to. None of you have the balls or the spine to tell people the truth. Because you're afraid you might get hurt, you might get harmed. Ooh, you might be called a racist or a sexist. Continue lying to them. Ooh, that's really courageous. Yeah, that's really courageous. Just telling them what they want to hear. What else? Oh yeah, big is beautiful. That's another one. Body positive. Yeah, let's get all these guys and gals real fat because it's body positive. Never mind they get diabetes and heart conditions and heart attacks. Never mind that lie about body positivity is going to, shrink their lives. You cost them 25% of their lives. That's all right. It'd just be like you murdering them when they're 50. But hey, you know what? You told a sweet, pretty truth, and you spared their feelings. And you were a mean asshole like Aaron who said, "Listen, you fat fuck, you better lose your fucking fat, otherwise you're going to die early." And heaven help you get somebody pregnant, that's if you can, because not only are you going to have a lousy sex life and likely get divorced, your kids are going to be without their parents for half their life. Oh, that was mean, that was cruel. But hey, I want to know, thought police, where do you lie? To me, it's just a no-brainer. It's just so simple. You tell the truth. If you really care about your fellow man, you tell the truth. But apparently, political correctness, uber alles, huh? Let's end people's lives early. Let's cripple people with loads of financial debt. Hey, you know what? Here's another one. You tell me. What do you guys... Okay, tell me this, YouTube people. Tell me. Should we continue lying to blacks and women, telling them that it's not discrimination or sexism or racism, but because of the decisions they make, that accounts for the majority of the wage gap? Certainly there is some sexism and some racism, but the vast majority of the gap is explained by stupid decisions like having illegitimate kids, 70% out of wedlock, and in the women's case, majoring in stupid shit. I want to know, what do you do? Because you know what? I want to see women and blacks do better. And I don't, well, a lot of it is I just plain don't give a fuck anymore. I don't care. I don't have a career to lose. No one can really hurt me. I'll tell them the goddamn truth. And I'll risk the slings and arrows of being called a sexist and a racist. Because the truth is, deep down inside, I'm not. The real racist, the real sexist, is the soft racist and sexist versions of you guys who, we can't let them know the truth because that might hurt their feelings. So we're going to call the true not racist and the true not sexist a racist and a sexist and a hater. We're going to ban his videos because he might hurt their feelings. And we're going to go and continue to perpetuate the lie that blacks and females are disadvantaged because of racism, not because of their own decision. And they will keep, and because we misdiagnosed the problem, now they'll never fucking close the gap. There will never be any genuine progress in closing that racial and gender gap. But at least you know what, Google censors and YouTube censors and thought police and politically correct politicians and all you professors and academians, at least you spared their feelings, you know? They're still, blacks still dead last in standards of living and life expectancy. Fuck them, we don't want to tell them the truth. We just want them to vote us in again and give us high marks as professors so we get to collect our government pension. Yeah, that Aaron Clary, he's the asshole, he's the one. So I just want to know. And I think, I'd like to think with this Aaron Benner guy over in the St. Paul Public Schools, and then was this pastor, Chicago pastor. I think some black voices are waking up. I think some black men and women are waking up. Oh, I know you guys are. I know, my readers. We got some nice black ladies, nice black female lieutenants in the old caposphere there. Very nice, yes indeed. I know you guys, but I'm, and this isn't even about you because you guys know. This is about these spineless cowards, these spineless weaklings and hypocrites that dare to accuse me of being racist. When, not to sound arrogant or cocky or bragging, I got the fucking balls to go right up into Hell's Gate and say, fuck you. It ain't racism, it ain't sexism, it's bad decisions. And I'm saying this to you, not because I hate you, because I'm the only motherfucking giving you some tough fatherly love. And I got some fucking policy nerd over in Silicon Valley. That's hate speech. We've had that taken down. So, I will file you get to contest these decisions, I guess. And if I can't upload 15-plus minute version of videos, I might. But I may just send this to YouTube anyway. That's kind of like a private endeavor. Say, hey, I really, let me know right now. Are you here to help people? Is it to do good, Google? Because you own YouTube. And hey, you know what? You may disagree with the way I deliver the message. You may disagree with my message. You may still disagree with me that it's not. That you may fully believe it's racism. You may not think it's other things that are outside of people's control. But can we at least not call the guy whose ultimate goal is to help out his fellow black man or his fellow black woman, even though he's not a woman? Could you not call him a hater? Could you not call him sexist or bigoted? Or maybe could you actually watch the fucking video before you call me a hater? Which you could call me a hater because that term is so millennial, so fabricated and made up, and so doesn't have teeth behind it, at least for a guy like me. Go look, you want to scare somebody, go scare a guy who's married, has kids he can barely afford, a mortgage he can't afford, and two car payments he's got to afford because wifey's got to drive to her part-time fucking job and make believe she's an independent woman while she blows away 3 times the amount she has in take-home pay. You go intimidate that guy, okay? Not me. I know clearly where I stand. Right? Really? Do you want to do good? Be very curious. Hey, look, you guys got the billions of dollars. You could start a new initiative closing the racial gap. But instead of this faggoty bullshit that they pulled over at Starbucks, start a discussion about race. How about you do some really hardcore stuff? How about you do something really, that requires a spot? Hey, you know what? Why don't you promote my book? Why don't you do me a fundraiser? Why don't you give me a couple $1 million so I can go and buy some really effective marketing to advertise the Black Man's Guide Out of Poverty? How about that? You know what? How about this? Just leave me the fuck alone. Okay? And the next time some social justice warrior whining little bitch comes whining up to you, and I don't mean bitch female, I mean just this whiny little bitch. Yeah, somebody said something that hurt my... I didn't even hurt their feelings. I was trying to help them. How about you watch the video first, maybe just leave me alone, let me try my own thing, huh? So there was that. The next thing, and I have to go by memory because